Welcome, everyone, to February 2025 recap. Jim and I are going to go through how did February go. We used to do our weekly recaps, and a lot of people weren't watching. So we kind of stopped doing those. So what we do is every Monday, we'll just release a graphic and show everybody how we do. But we agreed to do once a month. We'll just recap the month. That way we can do our bankroll reset and, that kind of thing. So let's take a look at February here, Jim. It was a good one.
hmm
68 wins, 40 losses for plus 32.6 units, 14.7% supposed to say ROI. I forgot NFL. We still had some
We
NFL
did
pending.
some
I forgot.
stragglers.
I
Yeah,
forgot we had some stragglers. Didn't go well. That was a blemish. 0-2 for minus 2.91. Listen, the star of 2025 has been
which
NBA.
is a wild, wild place to be.
I have never had this much volume or this many profits in an
Mhm.
NBA season. But in the month of February, we go 14-2 for plus 21.5 units. So I never saw that coming. I would love to say, oh, I'm a genius. I like I'm the best NBA handicapper in the world. But it's the reads have been fantastic, and we've stuck to our guns about we're going to ride the streaks
Mhm.
on these players, and the streaks have done very, very well. So NBA was the big winner there. NHL 8-5 for plus 1.31 units. We're never going to complain about being up a unit. Nothing major there. It is nice to see Corbin's soccer plays get on track. 5-1 for plus 6.7 units. UFC official client plays went 5-6 for minus 0.7 units. We're going to come back to that one. Golf 12-7 for plus 3.33 units. I think we've had 3 straight winning weeks for
That's a
golf.
big. I want to do a big tip of the hat to you on golf, because golf out the gate.
It was
Again,
awful.
if Andy has a bad week in golf, you know it. Okay,
It,
it's the one, it's the sport that he values the most and
yes,
expects the most out of himself. So, tip of the hat to you for turning that ship around.
thank you. Corbin's tennis plays continue to crush 11-4 for plus 13.7 units. Cricket 1-1 for half a unit. We cashed another cricket play, but that's technically going to go in March.
hmm
So we'll recap that one. Lacrosse is a bummer, 4-5 minus 8.26 units, but there's absolutely no panic whatsoever.
None.
Yeah, lacrosse department was up 30 units last year. So
hmm
we'll just keep playing the plays. And listen, this is why we love having as many sports as we do. You have one that's not going great for a month. There's plenty of others to cash in on. And darts, 8-6 for plus 1.35 units. I really like how Corbin's approaching Premier League. Very cautious. And like he said, if I can average 1 unit per week in Premier League, I'm going to be up because it goes so long. He's like, we'll be up 25 units by the end. So, I like what he's doing with there. So, biggest takeaway from these? Anything that jumps off the page?
Biggest positive takeaway. It's NBA. I mean, there's no cutting it. NBA and Corbin's tennis. When Corbin is rocking tennis and Andy is rocking golf, you know it's going to be a good month. You just know it's going to be a good month. I mean, those are the ones that you really see. But NBA to be 21.5 units in a sport that we had all but written off for a period there is a wild, wild place to be.
Yeah, it really is. UFC. The bummer about the UFC is it doesn't take into account live plays that we do
Yeah.
on Takedown Live. So these are only client plays that we have at Wager Talk. So we don't get credit for the live bets, but that's fine. If you watch Takedown Live, which is on this channel, then hopefully you follow the live plays and account it into your own bankroll. So
You're
uh,
actually up a good amount if you play the live plays.
live plays have been
It's a
great.
big swing. It's a big, big swing. I mean, it's got to be 7, 8 units. I would say the month of March were made in live bets.
I have started to bet. So I used to bet more on the pre-fight bets
hmm
and a little bit less on the live. That is now equal, and
Yeah.
it may actually start to become it might become a little bit more just because of
Mm,
how good the live bets have really become. So I've loved the lines that the books have been giving us on some of the fights. Some of them are laughable. Someone
yeah.
has a good round, they're minus 900, but it only takes one or two fights live to get a good one there. So I also like that we haven't gotten crushed in UFC, and I know some people have. There's been some
Mm,
really wonky cards, and I always say best way to make money is to not lose it. So you weather the storm on some of these wonky cards, and yeah, yeah, we get back to that. So last 7 days recap. I mean, the last 7 days have just been fantastic. 22-8 plus 20.35 units. You can see all the sports there. I am a little concerned about that unsustainable rate, so I
mm.
will be treading a little bit lightly this week with plays. We're probably going to lower the volume just a little bit because listen, I'd love to tell everybody, hey, we can go 22-8 every week, but that's just not how the business works. So when you come off of a really big week like that, you got to be really picky. And I would much rather lay off winners than give out losers and give all those units back coming off a big week. So yeah, that's kind of the takeaways there from that. So looks like we're up 45 units so far this year. After 2 weeks, I think we were second to last at Wager Talk in total units, and now we're third for
Mm.
2025. So things are going really well, and we got 2 more days left. If you want to get 1 month to build your bankroll, we're knocking $100 off a 30-day pass. Go and grab that. You guys see the results. I mean, my God, if you're not taking advantage of this, I mean, this is legit passive income. These
Mhm.
are these are plays that we play with our money. This is what we use to build our bankroll. And Jim, I think you do a really good job, trying to stress to people like this is set it and forget it. This is no panic. This is like this is a it's not even necessarily a side hustle. It's a business. It's a
Yeah,
legit business that you can have.
like anything. And if any of you are self-employed, you're going to have your good months and you're going to have your bad months. There'll be times where a car doesn't roll through the door for a business for a couple days, and you start to panic, and then all of a sudden you don't know what to do with yourself. You're so busy. So in any market, there's ebbs and flows. Again, I really want to stress you don't have to be a fan of these sports. You really don't. And personally, I don't want to be a fan of some of these sports, but I do like money. I do like when there's somebody I know who knows a sport like cricket, lacrosse, like darts, like golf. Okay. I've maybe watched 15 minutes of
Yeah,
golf all year. I don't have to. So that's a one thing, big thing in our industry that everybody wants the big score. Everybody wants the big score on the big game, and that's what I like to talk about this NFL as well. That little 2-0 NFL there with the Super Bowl.
yeah.
We have a different strategy going forward in the Super Bowl. There'll be a select few bets that we are making, which are consistent year to year, and I think the Super Bowl is going to be a rest and relaxation game going forward. Uh, I couldn't tell you when I've been profitable on a Super Bowl. It's
I
just silly.
I don't think I've told this story yet. I completely forgot to put in bets
Mhm.
for the Super Bowl. The game kicked off, and I was like, "Did I put in bets?" And I didn't. It was the most enjoyable a Super Bowl has been for me in a long time. The blowout. Me and my wife sat there and watched Super Bowl, and we just had a blast. And I was like, you know what? I don't even know if I really want to bet the Super Bowl anymore. I'm not sure what the edge is.
Mhm.
Like it feels like it's a dopamine hit, and that's not what we're about. We're about making money. And honestly, I feel like the value that we provide is these sports that people don't watch. What's better than passive income?
Yes.
Like you don't work on every single car that comes through the shop. Like
No,
you have employees for that. So I don't.
exactly.
For my production company, I'm not out on the job site. That's what the engineers do. They're better at that. They're way better at that than me. So I think the mindset of betting is kind of tough for people to wrap their heads around with our plays. But if you wrap your head around this is passive income, this is a business, and you don't have to stay awake at 4 a.m. and watch cricket. Jan will do that for you.
Mhm.
You don't have to watch, like you don't have to watch the NASCAR race. We're
Mm-mm.
gonna do that for
I
you.
gotcha.
Yeah, you don't have to watch darts. Corbin and I'll do that for you. Like you don't have to watch 4 rounds of golf just to cash one play. I'm gonna do that. So that's kind of the power. And I think that a lot of the people in the Discord that have really had success, that's what I'm like really proud of, that they have kind of embraced that And I saw Chris had a great week on
Mhm.
his place. He posted that in there. So there's a lot of great wins going on in Discord, but just trying to change the mentality of like you don't have to bet the nationally televised game. You don't have to bet the TNT NBA game. You don't have to bet the ABC, game of the week because you want the dopamine hit, fine. You
Mhm.
want to try and get the big, 10 leg parlay, go for it. But that's just not what we do. And the results are there. So,
I had
um,
somebody ask me what I thought about March Madness today, and I said absolutely nothing. I don't have a thought in my brain. I don't
I,
care.
I couldn't tell you any of
Mhm.
the not like going out to well, I was gonna say going out to Vegas is a blast, but Vegas Vegas not great publicity at this point. So like it's a blast. March Madness is fun. I'm gonna fill
Mhm.
out a bracket. I'm gonna have a blast with all my buddies, and I won't have a penny. I don't have
Mhm.
a cent of my bankroll on those, but I certainly will on the cricket plays that are coming because that's where Jan does a lot of his damage. So there's a big difference. You can just watch sports. You don't have to bet on everything that you're watching. And if you embrace the mentality of make this your business, your bankroll is a business. It's your hard-earned money. Like invest it wisely. Then I think everyone's going to see success. So yeah. So thanks everybody for
Can we
watching.
do a
Hopefully,
can we do a quick thing before we get out of here? I know I'm dropping
of
this on
course,
you last minute, but
no,
I
I
had a
love.
couple questions from a couple guys in the Discord. I just want to make sure
Okay.
I address them. Could you pull up our record here?
Yeah.
Pull the clip back up. So they had asked, this is what we got going on, especially since we've added motorsports again. They're just kind of learning what the plan is. Can we just do a quick breeze down what our plan is? If there are things we're going to change,
Sure.
they're not here. I mean, I would say NFL we don't have to worry about, right?
Don't have to worry about
So
NFL.
NBA, keep doing what you're doing.
I will keep doing what I'm doing. This is a week I will be. I'm 14-2 is insane. I
Mhm.
don't expect those trends to keep continuing. So I will be monitoring very very closely. And if I see that the reads are starting to get off, I will take a few days off of NBA. If we keep hitting, you're right. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm not changing the percentages, nothing. But I'm kind of on defense here on NBA.
Mhm.
So if you see the volume go down this week, it's because I feel like this isn't sustainable. That's my plan for NBA.
Uh, NHL, same, right?
Just keep
We're
doing.
rolling with it. So these dailies, we're just going to roll with. Corbin soccer, Corbin's what it's going to do. What Corbin's going to do. You'll probably see the same volume going forward. I don't expect to be there to be a big giant jump in volume for soccer. I don't believe
No,
we have any big tournaments coming up or anything like that. UFC, I think we don't change a damn thing.
I agree.
We have been we've gotten out of Dodge here without taking the big hit. And that's been the bane of our existence with UFC is we have a good 2 months and then a bad month. And
Yeah.
we've avoided the big fall. And I think if we keep status quo in this, by the end of the year, you're going to see a big jump in UFC units from last year to this year. We also have PFL coming up next
Mm.
month, so expect an increase in volume with PFL coming. Everybody, get your books in order as far as who's going to carry your PFL plays. You're not going to find it on all the domestics, so check them
Oh,
out. Golf,
well,
you're running good now, right?
I will also add if we're getting lines on the GFL,
Yes,
load up. If
yes.
if if
Get ready.
we if we are getting playable lines on the Global Fight League,
Mhm.
if you've seen some of these matchups that they're coming out with, some of them are so laughable and very bettable. I
Mhm.
can't wait to take advantage of that. So I really, really hope that we get those. Yeah, golf. Yeah, golf. I think I know. I think I have a pretty good idea of what's been working. So I'll just keep plugging away. Like I said, 3 winning weeks in a row. I'm sure we're going to end up positive by the end of the year to continue that streak. So tennis is going to be the same. Corbin will have some plays on tournaments that he likes, and once we get to the majors, though, that's where the volume like
Mhm.
skyrockets. If you
Yeah,
haven't,
first couple days is big, guys.
I
Big,
mean, you'll
lots
you'll
of
have
plays.
4, 5, 6 plays, but the way that we do tennis is you're going to see a ton of volume in the first few rounds, and then nothing. Like we just don't bet like some of the big ones because there's no value there. Cricket, we got one play for this week, and then there's
Mhm.
going to be 2 weeks off, and then there's a big tournament slash league that will be taking off in 2 weeks. Lacrosse, Dan will just keep doing what he's doing with NCAA. And darts, it's every Thursday.
Mhm.
Sometimes we'll have some plays. This last Thursday we didn't. But that's kind of the plan for darts is every Thursday. Just know, and I know for a fact we will have plays this week. So,
Motorsports wise, February
motorsports.
was not a month for betting. It was Super Speedway month, so we just passed that right off. So now we're moving on to March now. A 1-1 weekend. Reeds were on. Reeds were definitely on, so that's a huge sign. This is big for us to be able to get NASCAR back, and also, guys, Formula One is right around the corner.
Starts in 3 weeks.
Like in the blink of an eye. So make sure you're ready for Formula One. I cannot stress more. Even if you hate Formula One, you have to be ready to put the plays in 30 minutes before qualifying. You have to be ready. There is so much money to be made in Formula One. Do not let this not be part of your bankroll.
We'll do a better job of posting in the Discord channel when everything is. I mean, all it is a screenshot of the schedule of of the Formula One website. But yeah, we do the best we can. These lines do not come out until an hour or half hour before. Like we literally are just like sitting there refreshing. I know people get frustrated by it. We are doing everything we can, but we'll put the schedule in Discord. We'll try and do much better. But yes, have your notifications on because qualifying was huge. And that's one of Corbin's things this year is we just need to dominate qualifying and may not even have anything for racing for the actual races. So that's where we'll take advantage of that. So
as soon as they drop, it's a riot because it's all three of us sending as many text messages to each other. It's fast and furious. It's like the stock market. It's like being on the floor of the stock market. Yes. Yes. Put it in next.
What about Lando Norris? What about George Russell? What about Lewis? Like, guys, you just mentioned every driver in the field. So, yeah, that's interesting. This motorsport, the one loss, we lost because the guy got a penalty. If he didn't get a penalty, we cashed that play. So I was very happy with the reads on motorsports. So, all right, I think that's going to do it for us, guys. If you're not a member of the Discord, join it. It's Winning in the Shadows Discord. And hit the like button, leave a comment. Most of you guys that are watching this are probably following Client Play. So chugging along, up 45 units so far in 2025, off to a absolutely great start. Remember, Corbin's goal was 200 units. We're way above pace on that one, so that would be really, really nice to keep that pace up, especially after a bummer of a start. So
yeah, it's March.
I know it's March. It's early March. so, all right, guys, that's going to do it for us. Thanks very much. Good luck on all your plays. If you got any questions, just hit us up in Discord, and we'll see everyone later.
Cash it, boys.